Open on a calm forward shot. Sparks fly slowly in the background while the camera pans across glowing metal, and that imagery perfectly mirrors what Xilonen represents in the current Geo ecosystem. She's a 5-star Geo sword support whose kit feels less like a burst damage powerhouse and more like a master artisan's toolkit built for stability and long-term performance. Instead of flashy numbers that spike for a moment and disappear, Xilonen provides sustained team value through defensive scaling, resistance shred, and buffs that stay active long enough for your main DPS to fully capitalize on their rotation. This makes her extremely flexible in team building. Whether you're running a mono Geo squad or mixing Geo with other elements for hybrid reactions, Xilonen acts as the stabilizer that keeps everything functioning smoothly. She's the type of character who quietly improves every team she enters. Her buffs increase the effectiveness of your DPS, her defensive scaling keeps the team durable, and her burst windows allow rotations to stay consistent across longer fights. If you're the kind of player who prefers reliability over gamble-style damage spikes, Xilonen becomes a cornerstone unit. She's not here to steal the spotlight from your main DPS. Instead, she's the foundation that allows them to perform at their absolute best. Now the tone changes as we move from the Forge to Moonlight because the next character plays a very different role in the Geo meta. Linnea is designed as a highly specialized support built around Lunar-Crystallize interactions. Unlike Xilonen's universal approach, Linnea focuses almost entirely on maximizing a very specific team archetype. She's a Geo bout user who scales heavily with defense and acts as both a sub-DPS and team sustain unit thanks to her healing capabilities. But the real value of Linnea lies in how she amplifies Lunar-Crystallize reactions when paired with the right characters. In the right environment, she transforms an already strong Lunar team into something that feels dramatically stronger. Her buffs stack with reaction multipliers, her abilities synchronize with burst windows from other Lunar units, and the result is a team that can produce massive reaction damage during coordinated rotations. The trade-off for that power is specialization. Linnea is not designed to be universally slotted into every Geo lineup. Instead, she shines brightest when paired with a dedicated Lunar core built around characters like Zebai and Columbina. In those compositions, she becomes one of the most impactful supports available, raising the damage ceiling of the entire team. Then we arrive at the practical hero of this trio, the character that represents efficiency and accessibility for players who don't necessarily want to chase a 5-star banner. Eluga is a 4-star Geo polearm support who fills a surprisingly similar role to Linnea, but does so with far less investment. His kit revolves around buffing Lunar-Crystallize damage and providing stack-based bonuses that increase as the team continues to deal Geo damage. This stacking mechanic means Eluga rewards players who understand rotations and elemental timing rather than players who simply rely on raw stats. The more efficiently you cycle through abilities and reactions, the stronger his buffs become. For free-to-play players, this makes Eluga extremely valuable. He provides a large portion of the Lunar team synergy that Linnea offers, but without requiring 5-star resources or heavy constellation investment. Of course, his ceiling is naturally lower than a premium support, but his efficiency per investment is incredibly high. Eluga proves that sometimes the smartest character in your roster isn't the rarest one. It's the one that multiplies your team's performance through smart mechanics. When you look at these 3 characters side by side, it almost feels like listening to different instruments in the same musical piece. Xilonen is the steady chorus that supports every verse, providing universal buffs that stabilize the entire performance. Linnea acts as the dramatic soloist, capable of explosive moments when the stage is set correctly. Meanwhile, Eluga is the rhythm instrument quietly keeping the tempo consistent so the rest of the team can shine. This comparison is important because many players try to judge characters purely by damage numbers, but the real question should always be what role they play in a team. Some characters elevate every composition slightly, while others transform a specific composition completely. Xilonen belongs to the first category, Linnea belongs to the second, and Eluga sits somewhere in between as the accessible alternative. Looking deeper at their strengths reveals why each of them appeals to different types of players. Xilonen excels at stability and cross-team synergy. Her defensive scaling allows her to function as a durable support while also increasing the effectiveness of teammates through buffs and resistance reduction. Linnea, on the other hand, focuses on maximizing the output of Lunar-Crystallize teams. Her abilities amplify reaction damage, provide healing, and align with burst windows to create huge damage spikes when paired with characters like Zibai. Meanwhile, Eluga thrives in efficiency. His stack-based buffs and EM synergy allow him to enhance lunar teams at a fraction of the cost required for a 5-star support, making him an extremely attractive option for players who prioritize value. Of course, no character is perfect, and understanding their weaknesses is just as important as understanding their strengths. Xilonen sometimes struggles to stand out in teams that already have multiple buffers because her contributions are subtle rather than explosive. Linnea can feel underwhelming outside lunar-focused teams, since her kit is built specifically around amplifying those reactions. And Eluga simply cannot match the late-game scaling potential of a fully built 5-star support, especially once constellations and premium artifacts enter the equation. These limitations create an interesting balance between power, versatility, and accessibility. Team composition is where these characters truly reveal their identity. A mono-geo lineup featuring Arataki Itto, Albedo, and Zhongli benefits enormously from Xilonen's universal buffs and defensive synergy. Meanwhile, a Lunar-Crystallize composition with Linnea, Zibai, Columbina, and Zhongli creates a high-damage reaction engine that thrives on precise timing. For players seeking a more budget-friendly version of that setup, replacing Linnea with Eluga can still produce strong results while saving valuable resources. So which one should you actually pull or invest in? The answer depends entirely on your roster and your goals. If you already have a lunar team core built around Zibai and Columbina, then Linnea becomes the natural upgrade that pushes that team to its maximum potential. If you need a flexible geo support who can slot into many different teams, Xilonen is the safer investment. And if you're a free-to-play player looking for strong lunar synergy without spending primogems on a 5-star banner, Eluga remains an incredibly smart choice. At the end of the day, these 3 characters represent 3 different philosophies of team building. Xilonen represents stability, Linnea represents specialization, and Eluga represents efficiency. None of them are strictly better than the others. They simply answer different needs depending on the team you're building. So now the question shifts from theory crafting to you. Which style do you prefer? The dependable forge, the explosive moonlight, or the budget rhythm that keeps everything moving? Let me know in the comments which character you're planning to build next. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe for more Genshin guides, comparisons, and team building videos.